took my hand, you took my heart. Such a shame we didn't start. You liked the view, was I too sweet? Reality has killed the heat. Down on the floor, begging for more. I keep you jealous, my entertain. Won't pick up the phone, leave you alone. Now you're shocked to feel my.
Hello, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
I have your album here, and I've listened to your latest hit, and it's great. I guess let's get into why you went into the music business in the first place. It's very, very tough.
Well, I guess it is quite tough. It wasn't really the plan to start off with. I went to university in America, and I went to Georgetown, and I studied international relations. And I guess halfway through I started to take English classes, and I just started to write poems and things. And at the same time, I was doing dance classes, and I just thought, you know what? It'd be so much fun to like write poems, put them to music, and just make music, the kind of music that I would love to listen to.
And how does it feel to have a big hit now internationally?
You know, it's amazing. For me, I couldn't even believe it, because most of the other songs that are in the top 20 in Europe or in England, they had so much PR behind them. So they had, you know, pushers and PRs and record labels, and my song didn't have any of that. So it was really amazing that without any of that, that it actually got in there. So
you have many different remixes of this song. One of the DJs that did one of your remixes is DJ Tekken, and I believe it's not the first time you've worked with him. How did you get involved with working with him?
Well, DJ Tekken is really amazing. He's quite unusual, and he's got really good taste in music and beats. And I was first introduced to him by a friend of mine, Omar Karajan, and he said, "You've got to meet my friend DJ Tekken." And I said, "I'd love to." And I met him, and we just got along so well, and the collaboration really came first out of a friendship. So it was great working with him.
And what do you think of Turkish nightlife? I know you've been to Turkey many times now.
I love Turkey. I think it's really amazing. I know how to belly dance. The first time I was here, I saw an amazing belly dancer, and I got so inspired that when I went back to America, I started to take belly dance classes. And I love Turkish music. I've been to Bodrum many times. I was just in Istanbul at an amazing party. I went to Eric Watson's birthday party, and it was amazing. So I love everything about Turkey. It's beautiful. I have great friends here.
And the music?
The music's incredible. I love it. I could dance all night.
Well, let's talk about your father, who was a conservative politician in Great Britain. His name's Jonathan Aitken. He was a member of Parliament for many years and the Chief Secretary of the Treasury under Prime Minister John Major. What does he think about the expenses scandal that's going on right now?
My father actually made a joke to me the other day about this, and he said, you know, he's the only cabinet minister who's ever been to jail. And he said, in the current circumstances, that's quite unbelievable. So I don't know. I guess things have softened up a bit than in his day.
Well, you're actually on your way to Kazakhstan. What are you going to do there for 2 weeks?
Well, I'm very excited. I'm going with my father, and it's the official handing over of the biography to the president. And I guess we're going to go around a little tour around Kazakhstan. We're going to go to the oil fields, visit a few prisons, go to Astana, the capital city, go and see Almaty, and there's a whole sort of schedule involved, which I'm very excited about.
Sounds like an official visit of sorts, right?
Kind of, yeah.
Well, you have some other high-profile relations and ancestors, including Lord Beaverbrook. Can you tell me a little bit about them?
Well, I guess my great uncle is Lord Beaverbrook, and he was the great press baron, and he owned the Daily Express and amongst a whole bunch of other newspapers. And he was also, Churchill and Beaverbrook were the only two ministers to serve in both World War cabinets. So they were both in the First World War cabinet, and then he was Minister of Aircrafts under Churchill. So he's my great uncle, I think. And I guess I have other sort of, the other side of my family, they're more sort of well known for their artistic endeavours. My aunt's an actress, Mariah Aitken, and she was in A Fish Called Wanda, and she's quite well known for doing lots of West End productions. and her husband is a famous novelist. He writes Gothic fiction, and he's called Patrick McGrath, and his book Spider was recently made into a film with Ralph Fiennes and the late Natasha Richardson. And the other my father's a very thespian family, I guess, and I guess my father, being a politician, is also somewhat of an actor. You have to be. So my father's new wife is somebody called Elizabeth Harris, and she was married to Rex Harrison, the film star who was in My Fair Lady, and she was married to Richard Harris, who was in Camelot and a whole bunch of other great movies, and her sons were also quite well-known actors. Jared Harris, he's now in the film with Brad Pitt that's now in the cinemas, A Curious Case of Benjamin Button. So, and I have a few supermodels. My sister's a model, Katrina Khashoggi, and my other cousin, Jodie Kidd, I guess is a quite well-known model. So I have a whole array of interesting. Christmas can be quite an adventure in my family.